Hey guys, as you can notice, I'm kind of looking like I looked like last week, but I'm just going to make these whole slew of videos so we don't have to worry about it. So you're going to constantly see this face image, this breakout, this flingy hair that I have. This week's topic is about mixing pantheons. Now, this could go many directions. I'm just going to take on what I can take here. Certain pantheons, certain gods shouldn't be mixed. Certain goddesses shouldn't be mixed. Like, for instance, just recently, I bought a Poseidon. It's like an action figure, but I consider it like a little mini statuette. My boyfriend tried to put it on my altar, which I had Medusa. I'm like, whoa! It's kind of illegal. The whole story about him seducing her and pretty much man-raping her, and that's a whole story. But I was like, oh, you can't do that. You can't mix that. There's no allowed mixing. My goddess that I work with, the Hecate, she's really a solo character. She's kind of on her own kind of syndrome, and not many people know about this, but you can mix her with such other, with gods, with certain gods. I worked with her and Pan at the same time. That little half goat, half man with the pipes kind of get mistaken as a satyr. Which is a really good combination, because at that time and moment when I was breaking up, I had Hecate to cut off whatever dead off that I don't need, cut it off, and then I had Pan to bring in new life. So it was kind of that whole yin and yang, that whole balance filling thing. So word of advice on mixing pantheons: before you even try to work with any, make sure that you're currently working. The one that you're currently working with now doesn't clash with the one that you're going to work with, the new one coming in. You gotta make sure, you gotta think of, this is how I think of it. You gotta think of it, it's a house party, and you gotta think that you can only invite a certain amount of people, gods or pantheons, over to your house that same night, versus another one coming in and you're like, oh, shit's about to go down. I like to make sure like that. I like to make sure that there's no clashing, and I only have certain selective gods and goddesses. It's not like I go and pick out and just grab. I kind of work with one for a while, and then I stick with that, and then I just build another relationship with another person. I treat it like it's my friends, and I want to make sure I build a good relationship with one before I move on. Not move on, but hit the next one up, and continuously work with the first one, like Hecate. I worked with her forever, since the beginning. She's kind of like my first goddess. And then I kind of branch off with Pan a little bit, and then I branch off with Poseidon. I branch off with, most people don't really talk about, is Medusa. I branch off with her. I branch with Hades, which, like I said, not a lot of people really talk about Hades too, either. I branch off with certain gods and goddesses. I really don't jump. Like Thoth, I'm working with Thoth right now, versus me working with Mercury. It's kind of a weird feeling, but yeah, mixing pantheons is fine. I worked with, when you want to mix, a great success besides Pan and Hecate, a great success that I got was Thoth and Mercury. They're kind of the same gods, but different from different lands, but I mixed them together and got both correspondences from both of them. And I had great success. My car was safely journeyed home from a place that I thought I would never make it, being on E and being on very low on on oil. Thank you, Thoth and Mercury, if you guys are watching this. So yeah, mixing pantheons is just be aware of who gets along with who, and go with your gut feeling, go with your gut instincts. If you read a story about them not getting along, maybe you shouldn't really do that. It's not really a good choice. So, till then guys, good luck, and I'll see you then. Let's be.